Okay, so who are the Greys? So the Greys are probably the most famous extraterrestrial species. They're well known, the ones with the large heads, the big eyes, small bodies, small mouth, small nose, big large grey eyes. And they really first came into popular knowledge in the Betty and Barney Hill abduction case. Some of the background really is Travis Walton, Fire in the Sky, good movie, Communion, a book and a movie called Communion. Researchers like Bud Hopkins and John Mack, they're the masses of this, devoted their entire lives to researching the abduction phenomenon. So, rather than going into the history of it, I'll just tell you my perspective of it, which is slightly different to the regular one. I believe the Greys are not actually extraterrestrials, they are actually parallel reality versions of humans. So we live in an infinite reality, and there are infinite versions of planet Earth, and on one of those, planet Earth, we all sort of progressed, we all became telepathic, or this parallel version of us, the Greys, they became telepathic, they are one mind, they're like a hive mind, and they are highly technologically advanced, but they also, through this mutation, they lost compassion and emotion through this technological advancement. They became too focused on technology and telepathy and advancement, and sort of compassion and empathy and emotion got bred out of them. And for this reason, they actually mutated and were able to reproduce. So they got desperate to further their species and started looking for ways to reproduce. And sort of they discovered how to tunnel through to parallel realities. And one of the parallel realities they tunneled through to was our parallel reality, and they sort of set up base in this, as I understand, the Zeta Reticula star system, which Betty Hill talked about, and she actually drew a star map of that was proved to be correct 10-15 years later when science caught up. And yeah, so these Greys, they're parallel reality versions of us, and they've come over here, and the reason they're abducting us is to create a hybrid species. And they're taking our DNA and their DNA and mixing them and creating a hybrid species, and that's been going on for a long time. And these hybrid species are the Yahyel, are one of these hybrid species from the future, and the Shakani are another hybrid species, Bashars, and I've talked about Bashar before. Check it out, bashar.org. He is the one of the top channels. He's a professional, he does it really well, better than me. And yeah, so there's this plan to build this hybrid species, and we chose it, we agreed this from a higher perspective, us, our planet and their planet. We all agreed to do this abduction program from a higher self, my soul, because we knew it was essential for the furtherment, because they're bringing us this message that we destroyed our planet, we destroyed our creation, and you're going the same way. And also by creating this hybridization program, it's like mixing the best of both worlds, their high technology, high consciousness, telepathic mind, and our strong emotional system. And together we're learning to evolve. They're learning to understand emotion and compassion, and we're learning to understand telepathy and a social memory complex, one mind. Yeah, so that's really it. The Greys are parallel reality versions of us, and they've tunneled through to our parallel dimension to create a hybrid species, and that's what's going on with the abduction program. And if you actually look into the abductions, there's a lot of evidence to suggest that this is what they're doing, this hybrid species. People talking like women talk about being abducted, and then 10 years later they'll be taken back on the craft and introduced to a very strange looking, slightly freaky child that they feel an affinity to, and things like this. So that's really the Greys, and have a good day. Don't get abducted, don't get anal probed. Have a good day.